Iran claims to have destroyed U.S. and Israeli military targets in 60-second retaliation wave.
Spain pledges over $1 billion in military aid to Ukraine.
Groundbreaking of 121 multi-level boarding schools in border communes.
Hello, so good to see you again in today's news by Nghệ An Press and Broadcasting Agency. I'm Hoàng Yên, and here we go, the first step of the show. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps just declared it has destroyed U.S. and Israeli military targets in a 60-second retaliatory wave under the Operation True Promise 4. The scale and intensity of these strikes are being described as unprecedented.
According to the IRGC, Operation True Promise 4 inches deployed a barrage of advanced missiles and suicide UAVs, striking U.S. bases and Israeli military outposts in multiple areas. The IRGC claims the attacks hit their targets and even bypassed air defense systems without triggering sirens. It also said this marks the third time all U.S. bases in the region were simultaneously targeted. Since late February, Tehran has reportedly launched around 700 missiles and 3,600 UAVs. In its latest statement, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian strongly condemned U.S. and Israeli strikes on Iran's energy infrastructure, warning that a new phase of confrontation could lead to unpredictable consequences.
Spain has pledged €1 billion or about $1.1 billion in military aid to Ukraine following talks between Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez and President Volodymyr Zelensky in Madrid.
Speaking at a joint press conference, Prime Minister Sanchez said part of the funding will support joint production with Ukraine's defense industry. Spain reaffirmed its continued backing for Kyiv toward achieving lasting peace and strongly supports Ukraine's future EU membership. The new package brings Spain's total aid to about €4 billion since 2022. At the press conference, Zelensky also urged the EU to approve a €90 billion loan, calling it vital for Ukraine's defense against Russia. He warned that tensions involving Iran are slowing peace efforts and straining military resources. Prior to Spain, Zelensky visited Romania, France and the UK to bolster cooperation with European allies.
Meanwhile, Vietnamese Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh held phone talks with the Algerian Prime Minister Sirif Grif to discuss international issues and strengthen bilateral ties, especially in energy cooperation.
Both leaders agreed to effectively implement their strategic partnership established in November 2025, focusing on oil and gas, petrochemicals, trade, agriculture, defense, renewable energy and digital transformation. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh called on Algeria to support Vietnam's energy security through crude oil and gas supply. In return, Prime Minister Sify Grib affirmed Algeria's readiness to deepen comprehensive cooperation and assist Vietnam in energy security, while praising Vietnam's role in promoting dialogue and easing tensions in global conflict zones, including the Middle East.
Upcoming are some updated news.
Japan has pledged to provide Vietnam with a new generation ODA loan worth 50 billion yen, about $320 million, to support the country's green transition. The loan comes with simplified procedures to accelerate disbursement, is expected to be signed in March 2026, and will be disbursed within the year. The program aims to promote sustainable growth, climate change adaptation, and help Vietnam achieve its net zero emissions target by 2050. It also opens opportunities for cooperation, technology transfer, and large-scale environmental and energy projects between the two countries.
Nghệ An province has instructed local authorities to speed up land clearance, compensation, and resettlement for the Vinh-Thanh expressway project, with a target to begin construction on April 30, 2026. The 60-kilometer project, with a total investment of nearly 23.94 trillion Vietnamese dongs, will connect the North-South Expressway to the Ton Thuy Border Economic Zone. Although land surveys and resettlement site selection have been completed, the approval of feasibility study reports has not yet been finalized, posing a risk of delays. Relevant departments are working together to resolve difficulties and ensure the project stays on schedule.
Vietnam has been named among the 28 most beautiful countries in the world by Condé Nast Traveler, praising the S-shaped country as a paradise for outdoor experiences and for those who love nature and adventure activities. According to the magazine's evaluation, Vietnam stands out for its combination of majestic landscapes and rich cultural depth. Vibrant cities such as Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City attract large numbers of visitors, while natural destinations like Ha Long Bay, Phu Quoc Island, and the terraced rice fields in the northern mountainous region each offer their own distinctive charm.
This morning, 17 provinces and cities across the country simultaneously held groundbreaking ceremonies for 121 multi-level boarding schools in border communes. This includes 11 new schools in border districts of Nghệ An province. More in the story today.
The groundbreaking ceremony of 121 inter-level boarding schools took place at 8 a.m. across 121 border communes in 17 border provinces and cities. The central event was held at the Dong Dang Primary and Secondary Boarding School in Lang Son Province, where Party General Secretary To Lam attended. Speaking at the ceremony, the General Secretary requested that all 121 projects be implemented as soon as possible to serve the 2027-2028 school year, ensuring the highest quality and efficiency.
With
a new momentum and a spirit of solidarity and responsibility, I believe that the schools will soon be completed and operate effectively. Becoming golden milestones in border education, they will contribute to training human resources, promoting sustainable socio-economic development, and continuing to light the path toward a brighter future for the border regions.
In 2025, 108 multi-level boarding schools in border communes had already been launched, including 10 schools in Nghệ An, the Dong Van Primary and Secondary Boarding School in Thong Tu Commune, along with 10 other schools in border communes of Nghệ An, are part of Phase 2 of the program.
Currently, schools in the local area are lacking many aspects, so we hope the new school will be well equipped and complete, creating a better learning environment to help narrow education gap between lowland and mountainous areas.
I feel very grateful to the party, the state, the local authorities for building this school for us, giving me the opportunity to develop and study in a better environment.
The dream of building schools for more than 600,000 students in border communes is becoming a reality, as symbols of great national unity and the responsibility of the party, the state and the people toward the nation's frontiers. These schools will surely broaden the path of knowledge for students, foster hope for a brighter future, and contribute to transforming the face of border regions.
The last story just ended our news today. Thank you so much for your attention. Goodbye for now, and thank you for listening.